Alright guys, in the last section, you probably seen me get these apart. So this is what they look like on the inside. We're going to start with the main housing half just for now. Just so I can show you guys. I know I'm not going to be able to get the best angles and stuff, but I'm going to do what I can to kind of walk you guys through it with me. So I'm going to be messing with these. I'm taking them off. I'm going to strip the chrome off of them. So it's good to always have some glass wipes. But yeah, so I actually, let me look it up real fast. Alright, I'm back, sorry. I just wanted to look it up. So big shout out to Fly Ride on YouTube. I watched a couple of his videos, and to be honest, on my last truck I painted these. I didn't know that you could put them in degreaser and it would actually eat this little chrome material off, and under it it's black plastic. And you can kind of see on this side, well I can, like back here towards me, it is black on this side. So this is just like a little coating that they put over it. Check out Fly Ride's channel. He does a ton of sick shit with headlights. So if you want to see way better content than I put out, check his shit out. But yeah, so I'm going to start taking these off. There's just some screws holding them on. So we'll get these taken off. And before I go any further, I'm going to put all the stuff that I take off this headlight inside this from the inside, and then from the outside of the headlight I have in a labeled bag. You don't have to see, they're just little Phillips screws in here. There's looks like there's 3 on each. So let me just get these off quick. Alrighty guys, so I just took the 3 screws out of each. There's, you know, one here, here, and then down here, and then here, here, and here. Then they just pull up, and that's what you got. So we'll set that here. This one comes right off. Set that over here. And all my screws, like I said, are in this. And then so you're left with this. This is the housing. Just the projectors are left in here. We'll set this aside for right now. And then I'm going to do it to the other headlight quick, and then I'll show you what we do next. Alright guys, so yeah, as you can probably see here, we got all these out. Next, what I'm going to do is, all I have right now is some solder. So I'm going to take some of this, just cut a couple little strips off. Just twist time around these like that. So there's one. Okay, so now that we got them tied around, so we got a little bucket here. This is why I was saying shout out to Fly Ride on YouTube, because we are going to pour some degreaser in here. Okay, so that's dumped in there. I'm going to take these pieces and we're just going to set them in here. They're all in there, and we're just going to set this aside. I figured I'd show some of this stuff off quick. So I use this Avery paper. What it is it's clear paper, and it's sticky on one side. So I'll show you what it's for. This is called Armor Etch. You can get it at like your local Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Walmart's usually have it. Sometimes Home Depot will. This is gonna be my first time ever doing this. So and I grabbed one of these, but I got a little paintbrush too if I need it. And we're gonna etch the projector lenses. So we'll just set this stuff aside for now. I just figured I would show that for now. But what we're going to do is start to disassemble this headlight. Let me just see which side this is. This is going to be the passenger side. Yes. Passenger side is going to be with this stuff. Okay, I like to keep all my bolts or my screws and stuff like for each one separated. Their own little side, you know, so I don't mix anything up. So first what we're going to do is I'm going to work on these. So there's just 4 screws in them. Set that right here. But yeah, so 4 screws in each. They're held on by these little, and they are different, like the upper and the lower. Here's the new ones. I'm not exactly sure which side is which yet, so we'll set these orange ones aside. So that for each side, there's gonna be a bigger one and a smaller one. So what I'm gonna do is there's 2 screws in the middle. I'm gonna start with taking these 2 off. These are gonna go in, you know, in the little thing with all the other screws, and so are them screws from the marker lenses. 4 are gonna go on the one side, and then obviously 4 on the other side. So this thing should, yeah, so this whole thing will move now. So it's just stuck on the glue. Then you got your lens, and we got this piece. We'll set the lens aside in a safe spot, and now you're left with this. So now I can really show you guys exactly what I mean. All this black is getting painted white, and these are getting smoked. We can flip it back over to this side now. There is a lot going on back here. If you look, a lot of stuff going on back here. So just take your time, you know, be very, very careful. Little screws, I'll show you guys in a second. So this is already unplugged. This is what we had to unplug in order to split the headlight. Okay, so this will now lift off. Okay, but we're gonna set this back down for now. We got a plug here that has to be undone. Now we're gonna turn this, and I'm gonna work on the other side before I start trying to take it off. Alrighty, so that'll move now freely. Then I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a piece here in the middle that I'm also gonna take off. But first, I'm going to grab a Sharpie. I'm gonna label on this little part here that moves. I'm gonna put a little arrow, and then this is gonna be up, a little arrow, and this is gonna be down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these last 2 screws here in the middle, and you gotta be very important, or very careful. You gotta be very important. You gotta be very careful with this, because this is the board. Pick this one up. We'll pick this one up. We'll pull it right out. And now we're left with this, which we can paint. So all this is gonna get sanded down, worked on, painted, yada yada. So we'll set that aside. And these are the things that I'm gonna smoke. Let me see how hard it would be to get that cover off. Just kind of start slowly working them up. There we go. Get this other side off. Here's the other one. Like I said, there's these pieces. These are gonna get smoked. And yeah, here's the board. And I'm gonna do the other one. We'll catch back up after I'm done doing that. All right, guys. So I just wanted to point this out. Kind of bummed about it, but I'm gonna make them fit. So I ordered these marker lenses from Clears. Let me turn this music off quick before I get fucking copyrighted. The marker lenses. These are the ones that came in the Anzo headlights, and then these are the ones that I ordered. The ones that I ordered don't fit. If you can see the marks I made on it, has to come off. See this mark here? Has to come off. So if you kind of look at them, if I like place this one over this one, yeah, so right now it's sitting over it. The one from Clears is a lot deeper, so I gotta trim that spot off. And then there, where I made that mark, if you can almost see the mark through it, has to come off. The ones from Clears, the holes are straight up and down, and on the Anzos, they're on like a 60-degree angle. These are super, super dope. I mean, let me just say that these are fire. I hate these amber ones. I don't know why they still put them in there. $700 headlights. Still come with these shit orange marker lights, but so it is what it is. This is the smaller one. There's also like a bigger one, but figured I'd just throw that in here just if anyone's gonna try to do it. Don't buy the OE marker lenses because they don't fit in the Anzos, so just keep that in mind. Oh, here's a set of Anzos. See, he does, and they modified those. I can't tell. So I reached out. We'll see what happens. First things first. These are those pieces that were chrome. I didn't paint them or nothing. Put them in that degreaser and took them out, and this is what they look like. That's what I mean. It's not even worth painting them at this point. I'm so glad I found this method out. And these are the other 2 for the other light. So we're gonna stick these back on here, and then I'm gonna get these projectors off. So maybe the deep one goes there. There we go. Don't come out on me. There we go. So yeah, this part's, I mean, pretty straightforward. You just figure out where they went, throw them back in. And that, my friends, is good to go. As you can see there. Now I'm gonna take this projector lens off. The way we do that is there's some screws on here. Alright guys, I'm taking these projector lenses off. But yeah, so to get these projectors off, just 4 screws. So this one's off. And then if you gotta be real careful, but this piece also comes off. We'll set that aside. I don't know if you can really see too great, but there's 4 screws on this side of this one. And like I said, just try to keep everything separated on this side of it. And then it starts wanting to move. You gotta flip it over, but you gotta be careful because there's a bracket in here. I know it's probably hard for you guys to see, but it's right here where I got the screwdriver. This can come out now. That's what this looks like. And then there's 4 screws on the back side of it. You can see right there. Like right here, there, and there. So I'll start taking these off. So yeah, these 4 screws. Then that comes apart. Set this one aside. I want to start etching some of the projector lenses. Kind of show you. I'll explain in a second. But so for the smaller ones, which are these on the bottom here, they're gonna get the honeycomb. Couldn't really figure out what to do with the big ones, so I figured do something no one has. I'm gonna do this all-seeing eye. So yeah, should be pretty sick. I'm watching my motocross races. I'm gonna use this armor etch. I'll put a link for it down below. Cry cut machine is what they're called, and what they do is they can like print stencils on these. The projector's sitting here, and if you can see them little like divots there, there's 3 of them inside of there, and what you got to do is like from in this way, you got to like press down on them and then push the projector lens down, you know, down into there, and it pops out this way. So I'll show me putting them back in. They're gonna go back in like this from the bottom, and it's gonna push up, and then them little clips, if you can kind of see them, hold on, see the one clip right there, them clips kind of hold it in. So yeah, I'll show that part, you know, when we get there. But I just stuck that one on the back of this. I'm gonna show you how to do it with this one. So what I just realized is you got to make sure that all these little really stuck down, otherwise they're gonna stick to the transfer paper. Once you do that, you can get your projector, and then so what you do is you're going to take this clear, you're going to peel that off, a piece of white transfer paper. So what we're going to try to do is we got to get this white paper off of this clear paper without the blue things coming off. Then you're left with just this. Okay, so what we're going to do is just try to line it up on here. Okay, so now that that's on, make sure these are all on very, very well. So that's what we're left with. Just what's going to be, you know, etched around it. Like I said, we're going to use this armor etch. Hopefully this angle's a little bit better. I think they might be a little bit bigger than like what you would buy, but I mean, it is what it is. That shit looks sick. I'm a little nervous. And we're just gonna, I guess, kind of just have at it. It says to wait 5 minutes and then wash it off. So, alright. So I guess that's probably good for now. It says trace design through carbon paper. Cut and remove pieces to create stencil. Apply thick layer of armor etch. Okay, maybe I'll go a little bit thicker. Yeah, alright guys, I'll check back in after these are done sitting. I'm putting more, well, it's not like you guys know this, but more of this armor etch on these, dude. So I used a whole bottle so far of Armor Etch on these. You can tell, but it's just not enough for my liking. So I don't know if it's just these projector lenses or the projector, you know, glass itself. I'm really not sure, but it's not wanting to etch well at all. We did what, like, I did a coat, waited 5 minutes, washed it off, nothing. A coat, waited 10 minutes, washed it off, really nothing. A coat, left it for like an hour, washed it off, started getting something. So I used the rest of the bottle that I had, let it sit for like another hour, and that's where we're at now. And then went and grabbed another one of these. I could have probably left them, but I want that like full etchy look. Like I didn't want it to be like super transparent. And we got some new LEDs that came in yesterday. They're like these weird, they're like big thick rubber pieces. Can you see that? I believe they're 24 long. Yeah, 24 inches long, but they glow on this side. But like you can actually bend these pretty good and like make them square almost, like, you know what I mean? So they're actually pretty cool. I just don't know what's inside. I'm curious to see what's inside of that. So I don't know, maybe I'll be able to, I don't know if it's just like that. I'm gonna look and see what's inside of these, but I can probably show you how they look. My little testers here. Can you guys see that? Obviously there's different colors. You just gotta touch the ground to another thing. So yeah, there's like a 24 color, whatever it is. But so yeah, these things are pretty cool. I got 2 of them that came in. I don't even remember ordering these. I don't know if I did or what. Maybe someone sent them to me. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what they look like. Kind of up close. These are this like weird black, like I said, rubbery. I'm gonna open them and see what's in them. So we got those. I got a package with like 10 of these in them. I don't know what they're for. This is what they look like on the back. These LEDs are super nice. Can you see them? Super bright. Like I really like them. I just can't figure out what to do with them. That's what they look like. Yeah, I don't know. Cool little design. Just not sure what to do with them yet. Came with a bunch of these, and what these are is they're little magnets on the back, and they have like angles that you can lay this down in, and it'll hold that shape for you, which is, I think, is pretty cool. Like, look at that. So it'll hold that shape. Isn't that cool? And there's a bunch of them. All right, I just got the lenses done. Try to hold them up for you. They came out really good. Alrighty guys, I just put this one back in. I'll do this one now so you guys can see it. So you're just gonna take it, you know, kind of hold it by around this thick edge. Try to keep as many fingerprints off it as you can. And I just like to flip this upside down and just kind of let gravity do its thing. There we go. Alright, this one's back in. It's kind of hard to do. You just really got to push on the back. It's marked top up here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that great, but it says top right here. There's an arrow right there. I just wanted to make sure that arrow was pointing up. I figured it was, but so we need to put this in this way. Okay. There's that. And there's that one. And these like go, I forget exactly. I gotta look. I think it goes like that, which I don't know if you're able to tell from like in there, but what it does is it's cutting off the light pattern. I know this probably isn't going to be the best view, but it's the best we can do right now. So obviously these were chrome. We de-chromed them by putting them in that degreaser. So that's all good. We just put our projectors back together. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back in here. So these are going to go in here. It's to block some of that light. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this projector back on here. This little metal piece. Alrighty guys, I'm back. Alright, yeah, so this piece that's in there, I do want it in there. It's what gives us that nice crispy cutoff line. You'll see, I'll show you guys, but can you see that little notch on there? That actually gives us our pattern. So yeah, that's gonna stay in there. Otherwise it would just be blinding everybody and shit. So alright, so that one's in. You guys can even see that. Yeah, you can see that. So now we're gonna have to work from the back. So I'm back. I'm on the Canon EOS M200 now. I just wanted to do a quick test between my Galaxy S10, just to kind of see what looks better, you know, especially in like this kind of like the darker setting. I got like all the RGB lights on, and you know, lights behind the TVs and the cameras and under the desk and yada yada. But I just wanted to see what one kind of performs better. I haven't used the M200, what you're looking at me on now, at all. Up until this point, it's new to me. So I'm gonna start using it. I know it looks great with the big LED light on, but which I'll use when I start putting the stuff together. But yeah, so everything's back together, or everything's here. Sorry, everything's here, and we're about to start putting it back together. Alrighty, guys. So I'm editing this part 2 of this video, and it's getting pretty long. I'm at 22 minutes already. So for part 2, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Just like with part 1, if you want to keep seeing more, check back in. In the next one, part 3, I start hooking up all the LEDs, get stuff back from paint. I should be able to finish up in part 3 everything. So you'll see me mounting the demon eyes, mounting the halos. You'll see everything back from paint. You'll see pretty much everything that's left is gonna be in part 3. So like I said, I'm gonna end this part here just because I don't want a 40 minute video. There's no reason for that. So yeah, if you want to see me finish them up, just check back in for part 3. I'm going to start editing that right after this. So like I said, we're going to do cab lights on the truck. The rock lights we're going to do, I don't really want to talk about it too much online, but I have like an exhaust coming, the tunes, the downpipe will be here tomorrow. The up pipes will be here Friday or something, I believe. Today is Tuesday, so a lot of stuff coming. Just keep checking the channel. Maybe subscribe. Turn on the little notification bell. That way you can see when I post new videos. Like I said, I have a lot of plans for the truck, so we'll see how quickly I can get it done. I plan on doing a lot of the stuff right when I get it back. So cab lights will be right away. Rock lights will be right away. I'm thinking about ordering a Linkswell. It's called the Linkswell T-Style 12.1 inch radio for my truck, because for some odd reason in my Silverado it didn't come with nav. It's got the IO5 human machine interface is what it's called. So there's like no nav, no CarPlay. Stupid for a $50,000 truck not to come with navigation. It's almost like a slap in the face. GM, I don't know what the deal was with that. But yeah, so a lot of videos coming up. I'm ranting now. Just check back in. Part 3 will be out soon. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Time